All right, you guys want to do introductions?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to start, and then just go around.
Libby, do you want to start?
I'm Libby. I'm a junior in high school.
Go that way.
Okay.
And then I'll finish with me.
I'm Ariana. I'm a junior in high school.
I'm Susie, and I'm a freshman in high school.
I'm Maddie, and I'm also a freshman in high school.
And last but not least, Mr. J here, team coordinator at our program.
Didn't feel like sharing your age.
Nah, age is not really important. We don't need to talk about that.
Just a number.
Age is just a number, exactly.
Oh gosh.
So really quick, what I just wanted to talk about. So it does have to do a little bit with academics. Not that you'll have to do any math or do any, like, it's not history or anything. Is just what are some that you feel are maybe some like misconceptions when it comes to like after you graduate high school? Like what are some things that you guys hear that are typically like the norm of what you would do after you graduate high school? And just rapid fire, like.
I would say that you have to go to college like right away too. Like, and if you don't, you're like not gonna get a job or something.
I feel like it's either like I hear like it's either college or the military, and that's kind of it.
Okay.
Kind of like piggybacking off of Ariana. That's kind of, it's almost like if you don't go to college, if you don't go to college right after you graduate from high school, then you might not be able to get into college if you take a gap year, or that you shouldn't like take a gap year if you don't know what you want to do, because it's all about like exploration.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you should. I've heard that unless you know, I personally think that if you know what you want to do in college, then you should immediately go to college and you can afford it and all that. But if you don't know what you want to do and you can't afford it, you shouldn't have to go directly to college.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also think that like a lot of people think you can, like you have to know exactly what you're doing when you go into college. But I think like at least like your first year of college is kind of meant for you to figure out like the specifics, or even like you can go in undecided and figure it out as you go through it. And I think that's kind of like the point of it.
Yeah.
So just to answer that, and then we'll go to Susie. So, and this is for people that may not know the answer to this. As someone who's gone to college, you technically don't have to declare your major until your junior year. So you have 2 years to figure out what it is that you want to do. And then I've also had friends where I think their junior year they changed majors. Mm-hmm. So what happens is you become basically, it's like a 5th year senior. So obviously like you tag on for an extra year, but like you still just kind of go through the cycle. You just have to probably take certain classes that don't qualify for your new major that you initially took for your old major.
Yeah.
So.
I think that some people, I was gonna like kind of talk about that as well, that like some people just don't know what they're exactly gonna do, but they want to go to college and they want to have those experiences right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's like a really good opportunity, and that you should definitely just jump into that if you want to, and that you don't exactly have to know what you want to do, but a gap year can also be good.
Yeah. I think
Just depends on the person.
I agree. I think there's also like a lot of like pressure from schools, like not necessarily like maybe it's like your counselor, maybe it's a teacher or something, to like go to school, but there's so many other opportunities. Like you could go to like a trade school, you could just go get a job. You don't have to like just go to college or else you're like failing. There's no like guarantee.
Have you ever heard of like that saying where you have to get a job, but to get a job you have to go to college, but you can't get to college without having a job?
To pay for it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Once you get out, so the thing that I heard a lot was, in order to get this job, you need experience. But how do I get experience if I don't have the job?
Yeah.
And that was the struggle that I faced, especially coming out with a marketing and management degree, was trying to find jobs in the area that I wanted to. When, like, where am I going to get the experience from without taking an unpaid internship? Like, that's hard. Like, especially when you're, like fortunately, like I lived at home, so I didn't have like rent and stuff. But like, and I got you. But like, if you wanted to move out right after college, like I need to get a job. Like I can't have an unpaid internship, and then try to figure out my career. Like I need to get like into it.
Are all internships unpaid?
No.
Are most unpaid?
I would say you'll find probably more that are unpaid versus paid, but there are paid ones out there. Like I did one. It was not in the career field that I wanted, but it was paid.
Yeah.
Enterprise rent-a-car.
I've done 2. I've signed up for 2. So when I lived in Idaho, there was one that I was signed up for, like, at a law firm. I had to move before I got to go do it. But it was unpaid, and then there's a one here in the summer, and that one is paid. So it, again, just kind of depends on where you are.
That's cool.
Chloe, did you have something?
Yeah, depending on your school, they'll pay for your internship, even if it's originally unpaid. So my student teaching will be paid for, even though it's technically unpaid.
There you go. There's also, well, this would be after, but there's work study too that you can do while you're in school to save and stuff. But that's kind of a side thing. So yeah, so just a couple quick things, and then we'll literally get to the next thing. So some of the beliefs: I can't go to college because I don't know what career I want to pursue, which is what you guys have kind of been touching on. I may not go to college, so it doesn't matter what courses I take now or the grades I get. So that's kind of assuming more in your high school time frame that they're talking about.
That's what I believed when I was like a freshman. And my freshman grades were not amazing. I mean, they weren't like junk, but they weren't great. And they do matter.
Yeah. What's his name from
Yes,
UNH?
and UNH, that's who I'm thinking of.
No one in my family has ever gone to college.
Mm.
I'd rather wait a year or 2 before going to college, which that's totally fine. Gap years are great. We have the National Military Youth of the Year, not this year, but last year. He did a gap year. He actually got, I don't know if it was from his school or the school that he wanted to go to. They basically granted him a gap year, and he gets to travel literally like all over the world.
Oh my gosh.
What he's doing is like he's doing like community service work, but like they're allowing him to have the gap year and they're paying for it.
Dang.
So
I
where
want
can we
that.
sign
And then-
up?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
can we sign
and then
up?
he
Where
has
does he go
a
to college?
he has a BGCA internship too, or he
I know
did.
where I'm going to
No.
college.
Would I know who this is?
No, his name's Taylor.
No, I do not know who this is.
It's a pretty good. I forget the name of it. It's a school in I think North Carolina or South Carolina.
Okay.
It's a good one though. It's a notable one, but like my brain is so fried. There's not much. I'll do 2 more. There's not much financial aid available, and what's available only goes to the best students. So there's
But-
go ahead.
The thing is, like, you might not think that you're one of those amazing students, but you just have to keep on like pushing yourself, and you have to like push yourself out of your comfort zone. You can't just accept that you're not one of those amazing students. You have to still apply for it. You have to like take the risks, and just like if there's like an essay you have to write to apply for it, write the essay. Just do it, because you never know what could happen.
Put in the work, and if you don't make it, you don't make it. But at least you know you tried.
Exactly.
There's also places that you can find scholarships. It doesn't have to be, a $20,000 scholarship. They have like micro ones where it's like $500. Like $500 can go a long way, especially if it's like paying for books. Like books are expensive in
Aren't they, like,
college.
$100?
Chloe knows.
My one textbook was $150.
I've had to
and it was
pay.
required.
I've had to pay like $300 something for a
Did you get it
textbook.
For one?
secondhand, though?
Yeah,
No,
for one.
because my homework, I have to pay to do my homework because it's tied in with the book, so you have to get it anyways.
Could you find it online though?
No.
There are some classes they'll say like you have to get there's a textbook that's attached to it because you'll get a syllabus, which is basically a breakdown of your entire semester. But you have your main mission is to ask your professor if you need it before you buy it. Because I know at UMass Lowell, so you buy the book, right? And half the time you have to buy it new. If you can buy it used, like you're struck gold. You can return the books to the bookstore. So obviously that's how it becomes used. But if you pay like $300 for a book, like you'll probably get like $50 back when you sell it back. Like the depreciation value is terrible. So, Yeah, I just wanted to just really quick just kind of cover what you guys thought were just some like misconceptions when it comes to just post-secondary. Obviously, it doesn't just have to be school. Like you could, like you said, trade school, get certified in something, and then literally just go into the workforce. Gap year, go into the military. Libby, you mentioned that military to just working.
Yeah, I think some people even like join the military to get their college paid for.
Could also do that.
That's what I hear a lot about. Yeah.
The GI Bill, right?
Mhm.
GI Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, I
think
use
so.
my dad's.
Yeah, if I went to school in Texas, it would be paid for.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I
I'm
know
saying.
if I go to like a state school, like,
Yep.
it's a lot cheaper.
Also with that, if you don't go to a state school, you can do what's called the Yellow Ribbon Program, which is basically the same thing as the GI Bill, and it will take you down to whatever be like their in-state, but since they don't do it, it drops it significantly.
Nice.
So
Try not to turn it too much, just because it does. I mean, we don't know who it is because we don't have a camera, so don't call yourself out on it. But just saying, just be careful because they're very sensitive. Like they pick up really good, which is good. But yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. So on to your guys' next topic. I don't know who wants to kick it off. I'm gonna try to go as mute as possible and just be here and a fly on the wall.
I'll start off since we were kind of talking about like misconceptions. What are some misconceptions that people might like attach to being a military kid or just being in like the military in general?
I think real quick.
Yeah.
We are all military kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we want?
Well, if we're the hands-gun thing, I think
Yeah.
no.
We should.
But
Do you want to say what branch our parents are in?
We're all Air Force now.
no.
What are you?
So
What's
me,
in-
Maddie, and
oh.
Susie are our dad's in the Navy.
Oh, that's cool.
But-
I forgot this is like a joint base.
Yeah, there's like a lot of
There's
different.
every.
Yeah, even though it is an Air Force base before, like you're not in the Air Force.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
I think most of it. I read somewhere that most of this base isn't even Air Force. I think it's Army,
I think
Yeah.
it's Army or
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
Yeah, the amount of people at the middle school that's so diverse. It's wild.
Yeah. It's just the name of it, essentially.
Nice.
Yeah, because Chloe, you're Coast Guard, right?
Yep.
Ariana, you're Air Force.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, so we got a diverse group here.
It's cool. My dad was Air Force, so
Ooh.
he was stationed here for a little bit. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, Susie, do you want to start us off with the misconception?
I think that one of the common misconceptions being in the military is like that you have to be like the best at everything, that you have to like do like 50 like push-ups, like 50 sit-ups, but really it's just about like working hard and like being able to like apply yourself and like just like try to do things
Yeah,
more so.
I think kind of like backpacking off of that. Like I think a lot of kids think that like we're raised in like these like super duper like strict like military households where things are supposed to be done like certain ways. And I think some parents do that. I'm not saying it's not common or not there, but like definitely like there were some things where it was like when we're going to dad's like promotion ceremony, there's things that you have to like uphold and act and stuff, but I don't think that a lot of like super duper like strict like like military founded like rules were applied. Like you don't have to work out a certain amount of things or
No, we're just normal
you know,
kids who
yeah.
do a lot more.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we're basically like every other kid, except we just move around more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I tell my friends what I do for work, and I'm like, yeah, like I work with military teens, and they're like, yeah, so like they're like really like buttoned up and tough. And I'm like, they may be probably more, and I use this word very loosely. More challenging than civilians, and I say challenging because again, like Maddie said, like you guys are dealing with moving a lot. That's an emotional effect that can happen to you guys. Trying to create new friends at school and stuff, and just like deployments, all of those things. Like those are things that you guys all have to deal with that the common civilian typically doesn't.
Yeah.
So that can have a toll on you guys. guys. But yeah, they're like, oh yeah, you guys are like, they must be like really buttoned up and like really good. And I'm like, which youth center are you talking about? Because you haven't been to mine. And not that you guys are bad, but I mean, it's just like anywhere else. Like,
I was about to say.
just like anywhere else.
No, we're just normal.
I think if anything, we put up like a front to like kind of like almost like appear that like strong, like
Yeah.
tough person that like everyone thinks we are.
Yeah.
Is that difficult?
I think sometimes, yeah, definitely. It's hard to explain to because I think everyone's situation is different. Like me, Maddie, and Susie's dad moves like by himself now, and just to make it easier for like stability and stuff for us. So I think that can get hard. And it's different for everyone because we stopped moving like more than 6 years ago. Like, but yeah.
Yeah.
We've been here
This
for
is
like
my
7
fourth high
years.
school, so
Yeah.
there's like a big difference in moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when I moved here, my dad was retired, so it wasn't me that always moved, it was my friends that always moved. So, like, for 7 years, like, it was a completely different friend group, like, almost every year, which could be pretty challenging. And then, like, even just, like, classroom sizes can change drastically throughout the year, which makes it challenging for, like, teachers, too.
Yeah, definitely.
I know some of you went to school on base, but I didn't most of the time. So I couldn't make friends on base, and then when I did, they moved, and then I just had friends off base, which they can't get here easily, so like it would be difficult to see them, and it'd be a long drive to see them because like they live not on base, and I can't just walk there.
Yeah, it's definitely like if you like have friends off base, especially now in high school, since we go to a high school off base. If you want like your friends to come on base, it's like, oh yeah, let me get you a pass, or oh we have to go through all of this. Oh, don't forget to bring your driver's license. And it's like just like it's
It's a whole
kind of hard.
process.
Yeah, it's a process that
Just
not
to have,
sometimes
like, a
people don't
weekend
want to.
hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes people just don't want to like go through that process and to do all that effort to get onto base just to hang out with you. So
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a misconception at school too? Like especially
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
for
Really localized
sure.
school.
I feel like people like think
Yeah.
all base kids are like weird
Mm-hmm.
or like super like military, like doing push-ups between classes or something.
Yeah.
And then you like I tell them that like I'm a military kid, and they're like, wait, really? Like you're somewhat normal. Like
Yeah, I get that reaction a lot.
It's almost like they're anticipating you guys being ready to like go fight and be in service.
Yeah.
And everything. It's like no, that's our parents. Like our parents are the ones that are enlisted, not us.
Yeah, I committed to that.
Yeah.
Like, I did not make any choice to.
right.
Yeah,
that.
right. Yeah.
kind of like branching off of that, I think that some people might think that because our parents are in the military, we automatically are just gonna like go into the military when we graduate from high school, and I don't think that that's true at all. Although, like for some people, like they like
Their parents
are
would
very
inspire them.
yeah, they're very inspired by their parents, and they just want to do that. They want to serve their country, and I think that's great and amazing. But I also think that we're like just normal kids, and that we need to be raised normally, and like because they made the decision themselves as well, so we needed to have the option of that decision. And I think it's not very. It's interesting that people think that we might just like automatically just go into the military like that.
Oh yeah.
Also, I think, like one thing, I remember 8th grade at the base school, Miss Martis, who was
That's fine.
one of the Spanish teachers there, she like set up this thing where some old kids who had graduated high school or were in high school came and talked to us kind of about it and how the transition was from a base school where your class size or your entire grade size was maybe like 40 kids max to somewhere where it's 200 plus. And like I think that transition felt super big, but it wasn't. And I just think like in school, like the 8th graders, and we were 8th graders at the time too, but when we were freshman year, they all thought like, oh, they're base kids. Like they all thought like the base kids were like only friends with each other and like stayed in this big clump. And I just don't think that's true at all, because I feel like a lot of us, like, or at least for my grade, a lot of us, like, branched out, and, like, we're all nice to each other, we all smile in the hallways, but we're not really, like, as close and tight as we used to be, because I think a lot of the closeness and tightness was, like, forced together at the time, just with the small class sizes. So yeah, I think everyone thinks that, like, we're, like, this, like, band together group, when really we just are waiting to, like, break apart.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, because I don't know if I was talking to somebody about this or just, like, thinking in my head. Could be both, whatever. But yeah, like, because I mean, I've seen patterns of kids, right? Like, where they come from 8th grade here, and you know, maybe they have a certain friend group, and then once they go to the high school, which, like you said, has a much bigger population, all of a sudden they're like, yeah, like, I'm not really friends with them anymore. It's like, yeah, because you were kind of not forced to be friends with them, but it's like it's the only people that you knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted
The only
friends
options.
that bad.
Versus
it's
all-
like an instinct to want friends, and now you're like, oh, well, there's these people here, so I should be friends with them.
Yeah, like, I only can pick from, we'll just say, like, only these 40 people.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, I have 200 people that I can pick from.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, like, they actually like the same things that I do. The only problem is that they view me as a military kid.
Yeah.
Base
Yeah.
kid. I get called that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's a contagious disease.
Yeah, like we're like diseased.
Look at that base
I'm
kid.
gonna be honest, I don't get called that as much, and I think it's because I didn't go to the school on base. And I don't announce that I'm a base kid. They know I'm a base kid, but my friends currently, they're like, oh, you're a base kid? Oh, that's cool, I've met people on base. Like, my friends currently are pretty nice about it, and they don't think it's weird or anything. And I'm not saying that any of your friends are weird about it, or not nice about it, but, I told them I didn't go to school on base, and they were like, because they started asking me, what was school like on base? And I'm like, I didn't go to school on base.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah, they're like, how is school on base? And it's like,
It's
it's
the
school,
same.
just like what you went to. I mean, math, science, English, like, that's what I learned.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's definitely like a little smaller, a little more one-on-one maybe, but I think that's kind of about it. It's pretty much the same, like it's just smaller, like it's a smaller cafeteria, not really smaller classrooms, but like maybe a little smaller, but it's just kind of like a little more like close-knit, because all the teachers want to be there for you because there's so many people moving, and like
They understand the journey
yeah,
that you guys are
there's definitely
doing.
like a lot of change happening all the time. There's people coming in, there's people going out, so like you don't know when your friend's gonna leave or when you're gonna leave. And another question that people ask like a lot, or like, are all like your teachers, like, do they live on base too? And they don't. They all come from off base, and they all come to support us, and I think that that's like really nice, because we get that like experience of like an actual teacher. And I don't think that there's that many teachers on base, although some of our teachers do live on base, which is nice.
I think the confusing thing for me as you guys are talking, and I'm looking at it, right? So, like, I didn't go to school on base, but like I had my own middle school, things like that, where it was much smaller than my high school. And you have that through all different cities. I'm sure Bedford has a bunch of different middle schools. I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with it.
Yeah, I was homeschooled.
But I'm just using that as an example. So, like, within my city, like, there's tons of different middle schools. So, like, we all couldn't have grown up in the same middle school. And then once I got to high school, it was like, holy crap, like, there's 500 kids in my class.
Yeah.
So, I guess what the point that I'm trying to get to is, like, it just confuses me that you guys have kind of that similar process that I did, where you're coming from a smaller school and you're going into a much bigger school. But the only difference is that for some odd and strange reason, there's like this label and stigma that is placed on you guys, versus it's like, you guys probably all went to separate schools too, and you're getting thrown into this fishbowl too. So why are we any different just because we're the military kids? It's the same experience as far as school. Obviously, it could be different, you know what I'm talking about, but like,
Yeah.
small school into big school.
Right.
I feel like it's just because like when I first moved here, I kind of found the base like intimidating, and like I mean, there's a barbed wire gate around it. Like, you can't really, like, there's guards everywhere, the police,
Machine
like,
guns.
yeah, like, I feel like
Yeah.
it's very intimidating, so I think a lot of kids, especially, like, the middle school kids, because I know for Bedford, there's only one middle school, so they all get to know each other for those 3 years,
And that makes
and
sense.
then they go to high school.
Mhm.
There's 2 elementary schools, but I'm not really sure how that works. But I think they all kind of get to know each other, and then, like, 8th grade, like, they all, like, hear, like, oh, yeah, like, the Boston kids come, because we're not the only kids who, like, kind of trek in a way there.
Mhm.
There's the base kids, and then there's the Boston kids, and then there's Bedford kids. And I think it's just so emphasized that we'll be joining them that it's almost like, I mean, I'm sure they drive by the base every now and then are,
You're just
like,
the
a little
outsiders.
intimidating, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we also, like, have our own counselors, so, like, they know that we're there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, like, scary. Like, I feel like seeing a base for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I ever went to get on base, they were running a test, and the guy was carrying, like, a huge gun. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to go home. It was, like,
Yeah.
really awkward.
Yeah, like when I first came here, I thought the base would be like maybe a town with like a store and houses. But it has like so much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a lot bigger than I expected, if I'm being honest. Like I was young, but I was expecting less. And I think it's really cool that it's big, and I also don't think it's the best that they have to run tests every time we're trying to get somewhere.
All the exercises and
Yeah,
stuff.
I feel like it's every time we try to leave or try to get on, they're like, yeah, we just need to wait for someone to come in behind you so you can get on base. And we're like, oh, that's gonna be a while. It's no longer rush hour. Like, it's all that.
Yeah, but I also think that there's definitely, like, a lot of, like, really amazing things, like, about base. Like, there's so much free range. You can go to the commissary, you can go to the exchange, go hang out with your friends. There's a skate park. You can just, like, walk around freely. There's a bowling alley. There's a gym.
There's a pizza Mia.
There's a
I
pizza
worked
Mia.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there was a movie theater.
Ariana working
Like,
at Pizza
I
Hut.
really loved that movie theater. And
I saw
it's
Dog's Journey for the first time there. It was so good.
Isn't the theater, like, shut down?
Yeah.
I know, it was
Oh
like
yeah,
less
it's
so
never coming back.
It's
They
not.
used
I'm
to
so
be
found
sad.
gold in the base.
So
It's like,
sad.
my
I want
old
them to
base.
do-
There's like mics in there. There's everything in there.
Yeah, this base is kind of tiny though. Like compared to my
Yeah.
old base, they had. What I'm really sad this base doesn't have is a library. My old base used to have a library that had like a whole like teen room, like just a normal library section, a kids room. It had like 3D printing art. It had a cafe. It had this big like indoor kids gym, and I was so excited. For that
Keystone
when I-
Project. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, I was choking on leadership.
little cough there,
That's
huh?
Hey, they just cleared that field right over there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, build upwards. That
We
was
should,
just-
like,
that
you
movie
know,
theater.
clear away the whole movie theater and just rebuild it brick by brick.
So there is like mold and like
That's
chemicals.
why we
in
should
the
just
base.
wipe it clean.
I mean,
We should
find a
just wipe
place.
it clean.
Find a place that's like
There's abandoned buildings everywhere.
that's there. You know, that's
It's
already
so
True.
buildings everywhere.
That's
but
that's already
like
livable.
creepy.
and find it. You know, see if there's like a resource
Hotels.
center or something that's already
They don't use
established.
those
Or
anymore.
dorms.
Mhm.
The dorms are scary though. I was walking by
Yeah.
there in the summer. There's like
Didn't they do a haunted house there?
that'd
It
be
was
They-
so
they
freaky.
did.
Oh
I
my gosh.
love the haunted
It jumped out of
house.
me. There was like this clown riding a tricycle, and I was like crying
Yeah,
the
you pushed me
entire
first.
time. I was
I was
crying. I
laughing.
hate
I
clowns.
couldn't-
Oh my gosh.
Do you want one thing? Is like now we're talking about like haunted houses and movie theaters. I feel like a lot of people like as I've gotten to like talk to my friends, I've kind of realized that like military kids are like very like I feel like when I was younger I didn't really feel like seen as a military kid or like recognized as one, but now that I've grown up and there's all these like activities and events like military kids only and like military families, I think it's like maybe it's yeah, I think it's just because like I've grown up and like realized that like oh this is like a military focused event, like one how big the community is, and two how welcoming people are because even as someone who's lived here for 6 years, there's people who have lived here for like 10 plus, and there's like everyone's super friendly, and also there's just so many like events like geared towards like that are kind of special. Like I don't see Bedford kids like getting a movie theater like 2 feet away from them, or having a youth center that they can go to for teen night, and I think that's some really cool things that we kind of get to have.
I agree, that's really good pluses of being a base kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. I had it in my mind.
I think that all everyone's very, very friendly and welcoming, especially like at Bedford, but I've always kind of wondered if maybe that they've had like this kind of like should I be friends with them, should I not be friends with them, because like we move like all the time, so like there's always that chance that you become friends with someone, and like someone could become like friends with Ariana, and then like Ariana could just move away just like that, and she could like lose her friend. That's like I've always wondered if people might be like iffy about being friends with us.
Oh yeah, that's why like if I know I'm moving, I don't tell people.
Well, they're expecting you to already leave.
Yeah.
Like I've done like doing youth of the year, like and so there's a military essay that goes along with it, and like I would probably say 100% of the time there's at least one sentence in there within that military essay that is like, it's very hard to make friends because they're already expecting you to leave.
Yeah.
They're already like halfway out the door when you're just now showing up.
They're like, why am I going to be friends with you if you're just going to leave?
Right.
Yeah.
It's
like,
yeah.
I mean, I personally haven't had friends, but Libby, you've had friends that like you have a friend that you've stayed in contact with after she moved, and I think that's like really good that you have that close friend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love her too; she's the best. But
Who are you talking about?
Alexis.
Yeah, I feel like there are definitely people.
Oh yeah, Alexis.
Yeah, you know Alexis. Alexis,
I do.
shout out, you're great. No, I feel like you definitely. I mean, when I was younger, I remember friends that I've had who I was really, really close with, and who like our parents have stayed in contact with, and I see every now and then. But I probably wouldn't be friends with them at this point in time, even if I moved to where they were or they moved to where I was. But like as you get older and you're in high school and stuff, I feel like the friends that you do make, you're kind of are more like connected with and can stay in contact with more, which is really nice. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I feel like there's one friend from every place I've lived. Like, I mean, when I lived in California, I don't really talk to anyone there, but like Texas, I have like I have like family there that I still talk to, but like I have a friend that I've known since I was 5 because I lived there my whole life. I still like talk to her every now and then. I have my friend from when I lived in Idaho. I still talk to him all the time. It's like, I feel like if you like meet someone and they're like the right friend and they're not like, oh, they're a military kid, they're gonna move, they're gonna like stay with you through no matter what. And I think like part of being a military kid is it kind of shows you who your real friends are.
Yeah.
Because that's hard. You have to have that kind of, you need that support. I know that people are always like, oh, like, why am I going to be your friend if you're just going to move? But it's like, I don't think you understand
Friendship.
how much you help me in this transition, even if I'm here for a year and a half, 2 years, how beneficial that is for me. Yeah, I'm going to move, but like you said, like, that doesn't mean that we have to necessarily stop talking, but also like, just be kind in the fact of like helping me just like in this transition. And I don't think a lot of non-military kids like really understand that. They're just like, oh, you know, they're fine, they're resilient, they'll just pass right through it and they'll be on to the next spot. And it's like, not really.
Yeah.
You know.
They're like born, it's like they're born into it, they should be used to it by now.
Yeah, what's that flower that we're always being compared to? The
Dandelion.
dandelion, yeah.
Blows away.
There's like, there's like a dandelion poem, and it's like, they'll like come and go. And
blow with the wind.
I've never heard this before.
really,
never heard
I've
this
never
before?
it's
heard
because
it
you
either.
didn't. It's because you didn't go to Hanson.
I've never heard it
So-
either, so that might be
Yeah,
why
I
I
was
was
so-
against them.
I went to a like public Texas elementary school and I was homeschooled from middle school.
They would make us do a craft with it. I remember
Really?
doing like a craft with it for like 3 years with that poem.
Yeah, it's like
During
okay.
April.
This is the poem.
Oh, I have it.
Dandelions put down roots almost anywhere and it is almost impossible to destroy. It is an It is an unpretentious plant, yet good-looking. It is a survivor in broad range of climates. Military children bloom everywhere the winds carry them. They are hardy and upright. Their roots are strong, cultivated deeply in the culture of the military. Planted swiftly and surely, they're ready to fly in the breezes that take them to new adventures, new lands, and new friends. Military children are well-rounded, culturally aware, tolerant, and extremely resilient. They have learned from an early age that home is where their hearts are, that a good friend can be found in every corner of the world. They learn that to survive means to adapt, that the door that closes one chapter of their life opens a new and exciting adventure full of new friends and new experiences. I don't think that's the one that we always read, but
I think
yeah,
it's pretty
the whole
close to it.
the whole dandelion message is
Moving
there.
everywhere, when you blow it, you make a wish on
The
it.
butterfly. When I grow up, I want to get a butterfly tattoo.
And it's purple, purple is the color.
Oh, yeah,
and I've
purple
always
is
wondered
military
why
color.
purple is the military color.
It's a military youth color. I have no idea.
That's
Royalty.
Oh.
That makes sense.
we're just like that.
It's regal. So I mean I don't know. That's my guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just think we're just regal like that.
But also, back to the whole friends thing, I think that... Yeah, you just stepped on my cord.
I know. I just realized that. I'm sorry.
You pulled the entire thing. I think that I don't think the friends that I made when I first moved here realized how important, how much that meant to me. And then I remember moving to Tennessee, and all the kids that lived around us were either a lot younger than me or a lot older than me. And the older ones, they would have me over, we would watch a movie and stuff. Definitely had a good time and stuff, but I don't think that they realized how much easier they made things and stuff.
I don't remember
Probably never
living
will.
in Tennessee.
Yeah, it definitely
Tennessee
lightens the load
is
every
the
time.
last-
Yeah.
I remember pictures that I've seen, and that's about it.
Yeah, I like to think that I remember things, but I really just look at pictures and think I remember things when I actually
I remember a good amount.
I
think
believe you. You
remember
were
a lot
older.
Yeah.
You were
more. I remember living in California, a lot of horror stories there.
Get movie though, guys.
Oh, I remember hearing
Snakes,
that one
baby.
story. You jumped over a snake, screamed, turned
Two.
around, jumped
Two
back over it.
rattlesnakes. Just want to let you guys know, survived 2 rattlesnakes.
They didn't bite you.
And they were right underneath my
She's a
feet.
survivor.
I saw this video. It was this guy was put a rattlesnake on the ground, and then he walked past it really fast and stepped near its head and stuff, and the rattlesnake just moved away. So maybe the rattlesnake didn't want to bite you.
Okay, buddy.
Is there anything else that you feel that you would want non-military kids to understand about military kids?
I think that it's and not really more that I want them to understand it, but just kind of something to talk about. It's as you get older, just a random thing here. Taps plays and the national anthem plays at 5:00, and it's just kind of
That plays in
as-
mine.
Tap-in
Yeah,
is
taps
you know
plays
when
it-
the day starts and
Yeah.
it's tap-ins when the day ends.
Yeah, and people are dang, you have to you do the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. It's
At 5
not
p.m.
That's what we
really.
do at school.
Yeah, it's the same thing at school. The pledge just plays at 5.
I think a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the things that we experience, they also experienced in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we all, maybe they didn't move around, but a lot of people who have, not a lot of people. I think a lot of people I know in the Bedford area where there's a pretty good income and most people are on the wealthier side of things, they travel a lot. And it's not the same thing at all, but they do see the world, and I feel like they think we see the world in this magnificent way. But in my opinion, going on vacation, every February break and winter break for your entire life is more of a vacation, more fun and more traveling the world than what I've done, where I've moved to different states in the U.S. and
Yeah.
stuff.
Definitely, it's almost kind of sad when you move. You're leaving you're leaving your friends, but you also have the opportunity to find new friends. And although like you might want to stay with your old friends, it's kind of like non-optional. You don't have an option to be a military kid or not. It's like it's not like we can choose like our life. It's just put out for us, but we can like change the course of it, and it's like our life once we're born, and we can like although we're like classified as a military child, we're still like
We're like an arrow.
Yeah.
A bow and arrow gets pulled
sure.
back with its challenges and then shoots forward.
Sure, we can call it that.
I've never heard of that.
I like to think
Metaphor.
of it as an
I've
arrow.
heard that
It's an
before.
interesting
Or
metaphor.
I want a bow and arrow tattoo.
But yeah, you guys gotta kind of like have to. You guys are kind of like forced to figure it out, like along the way, you know, like because like you said, Susie, like you guys don't have an option. Like your parents are the ones that are parents are the ones that are in the military, and you're just like kind of along for the ride, and like
Yeah.
it's not a vacation. You're like I'm moving, like I'm going to a new place, but like I have to. It's not like, oh, let's go to Disney World and that's what we want to
Come
do.
home.
It's like, no, like I literally have to pack up all my things and leave and then get readjusted to this new location.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
kind
feel
of
like
like
being a
sometimes.
military kid is like kind of like you could like it's similar to like the sea turtles. Like, you know, when they're born, they're on their own. You're not
Mhm.
on your own, but you have to like fight. It's your own battle.
You have to adapt.
You have to adapt. That's the word I've been looking for.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you move, you leave all your problems behind you, but sometimes when you move, you're just like really,
Bringing them with you.
yeah, you're really upset, and it's hard sometimes. And I think that when you do move, and especially if you go from Air Force or from a base to another base, and it has like other kids who can relate to you, they're all very like welcoming and they understand. And I think that's like a great part about being a military child, and like there's other people who understand like what you're going through, and you're not alone. You have kids your age who like can relate to you, and I think that's really great.
I think another thing, like we kind of talked about it, but like just I want to reinforce is that like we are normal teenagers, and that like I don't know, I feel like not that people are like alienating us, but I think like we should be able to be like just normal teenagers without people like looking at us like differently, or just like thinking differently, like oh they're gonna leave. Like I just like think that something I want to get out there is like we're normal, we're like every other teenager out there. I promise, we just move a little bit.
Right,
Have some
right.
cool stories to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're all still, I mean, you're all the same age, you know, you're still trying to go through the same thing. You still go through the same things. You still got to go through school. You still got to go through making friends, you know,
High school.
thinking about
Stuff.
post-high school, you know, all those things. Like, all those things still happen. Like, life still goes on. It just may not always be in the same location every
Right.
single time.
Yeah, we're not a blip in the system, guys. We're there. Don't worry.
I feel like it did make though going to my dorm a lot easier. Cause like my roommate, she's only lived in the same place like her whole life, so it was really hard for her, even though she was only 45 minutes away from school, and went home every weekend. But it was still really hard because she's used to being in like one spot her whole life. And I feel like it wasn't as challenging adapting to a new place.
Yeah, I had to fill out this form for like this trip I'm going on February break, and it was like, have you ever been on a plane? Have you ever traveled without your family? Have you ever like spent a day overnight without your family? And I was like, yes.
All the above.
Like, check me off for all of them. Like, do you get serious homesickness? No. I think it's just something like I think a lot of people, military kids, have adapted to.
There's some advantages that you guys get.
And when we move, our parents like to send us off either to live with family or to go to camps. Like, get us out of the way so they can get the house ready.
Yeah.
And then by the time we get there, we just have our stuff to do.
This is unique for the one move that we did to Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Sad.
Okay.
I feel like my parents like signed me up for trips and stuff out of like, I'm sorry we moved. Here's a bunch of stuff to go
Yeah.
do.
I feel like, yeah, my parents just try and find like the positive in everything, and I'm like, Mom, I'm leaving all of my friends behind. Like, there is no positive to this, but it always turns out fine.
Yeah. I always feel like when you like find out you're moving, it's like this pit of dread, and then it's like, well, I mean,
That wasn't
you
as
can,
bad.
yeah, you can make it's what you make of it. If you like are like, oh, I just missed my own friends, and you like sulk in your own pity, of course it's not gonna be the greatest. But if you like really try, I feel like perspective.
Yeah, and I think living here for 7 years, it's a long time, and seeing all like my friends leave me, and I don't want to say this like I want to leave, but like it's like they're always leaving me and I'm never like leaving. I'm not the one ever doing the leaving, so it's just kind of like it's hard because I feel like it hurts more when people leave you, and it's not like they're doing it on purpose, but of course it's still gonna be like hurtful and it's gonna be sad. You're gonna cry. You're gonna hug them goodbye like 50 times, and then you're gonna run back to them and be like, one more hug!
I'm the exact opposite.
And you're gonna like chase their car. Yeah, I think it just works differently for like different people.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like how you cope with things, which is hard.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
It's like me. I mean, because I view it almost similar. I think I've been here, as far, at least with teen coordinator, kind of the same amount of time that you guys have been here. And there's definitely been a lot of kids that have come and gone, and like there's definitely been moments where they're like, yeah, like we're moving to Chicago, or we're moving to Virginia, so like I won't see you anymore. And it's like me like tear jerking in the middle of the airport as we're leaving like a Keystone conference, and like they're hopping on a different plane and not coming back with us. Like you just get used to like the routines of like people being there, and then when they leave, you're like, there's like a gap missing. That person's not there anymore to like make you laugh or smile, or like you start remembering all the different memories that you had, and then you're like,
Yeah, for me, I just kind of like forget about them. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
Like
my
I have
God.
no.
That went dark real quick.
No, like I have like all of their numbers, and like they're just like lined up in my phone. It's like, hands come here first, hands come here first.
No,
I actually do that.
My phone pops up with a memory, and it's like a photo of me out with my friends from like a place I used to live, and I'm just like, oh, that's
Memories.
Do you think that's like a coping thing of just like kind of
Not
just...
even. I think it's just like that. Like I end up like not forgetting. Like I'll talk to them for like a while, and I'll be like, hey, like how are you doing? But I think that it's just like hard to like keep up with it, because it's not like you don't have anything in common anymore, but it's like
You're living different lives.
Yeah, you're
Life
living
goes on.
different lives now. You don't have anything else to. It's not that you don't have anything else to talk about. It's just like it's hard to talk about stuff that you're not like actually like. When I'm talking to my friends, it's like, oh, like this teacher just like gave me like this horrible like homework assignment, and I can't do that with like my friend who's moved to like Kentucky.
The stuff's not relatable anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're not experiencing similar things, direct similar things.
Yeah.
that you
Yeah, and I
guys
mean, I
have.
guess I could still like talk to them, but not when I do end up thinking about it again. I'm like, ooh, it's been a while, and then I just don't end up like talking to them ever again, and they're just kind of like sitting in my contacts. So.
Yeah, I've had this one friend who moved, and we were like, oh, we're gonna stay in contact. And every like week or so, I would text her and I would be like, how are you doing? And then it turned into every month or so, and she just never responded. And then the one time she did, it was in a group chat to someone else's message, and I was like, oh, so we weren't
Oh my
that
God,
close.
I hate when people do that.
So I wasn't even in the group
When I
chat.
text
I just
them.
got told, oh yeah, she texted us the other day in the group chat. And I'm
Oh
like,
my
I'm not in that group chat. I've been texting her like every day.
If I don't
Why
want to
didn't she
text someone,
respond to me?
I don't text in a group chat with them. It's just the smart thing to do. If I text someone, or someone texts me and I text in a group chat, they're gonna know, and they're gonna be like, so why didn't you just text me back? I know you read my message. Like, yeah, I know.
After a certain time, they're gonna know you read your message. But circling back to the whole military thing, I just thought of this because my grandparents are in town. But I feel like a lot of like my Bedford friends, they're like, yeah, my grandparents are coming over. Like I'm going over to my grandparents' house, and I'm like, oh, so when are you coming back? And it's like, no, like they live like 5 minutes down the road.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, mine live like 10 hours down the road. Like
Yeah.
try adding another like 9 hours and 50 minutes to that drive.
Yeah.
And I think that was like something that I was like, wait, what? They live like 2 seconds away from you? You can just go to your grandparents' house? That's like weird.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
your grandparents can't really move with you.
Yeah, or like
Like, I
aunts
have-
and uncles, they're all like, yeah, family gathering like for Thanksgiving. It's like an entire like, what's it called, like production
Oh
to
yeah.
like get like everyone together if it even happens to get like one side of the family. But
Yeah,
for them,
there's-
it's like they've all lived in Bedford or like in Massachusetts their whole life. It's like everyone meets up at someone's house. It's a 30-minute drive for everyone, and I'm like, yeah, no. So that's I cannot relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this one friend who, she's not a military kid, but all her family lives in, I think it's Texas, and she used to live there too, but then she moved to Bedford and blah 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 for reasons, whatever, I don't know how long ago, and she's like, yeah, whenever I want to see them, I just go and I can see all my family, like, and I'm like, that's so nice to have all your family in one place.
Yeah.
That
It's
sounds
like-
amazing.
That's like my family, because like I said, my dad was in the military, so they kind of just planted themselves in all different locations. Like I have family in Tennessee, Washington State, Alaska, and Texas, and that's like my brothers, my sister.
Alaska. Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So like
Based
like
on
my niece texted me and was like, hey, like we're trying to do this birthday thing for your sister. It's her 70th. And they're trying to get everybody all together, and it's like that's like the only time that like we really all get together. It's like these kind of major events. Usually, unfortunately, it's been, not to laugh at it, but it's been funerals. But it's kind of like what you're saying. Like it's like if I want to go see family, like I can't just go down the street.
Yeah.
Like, at least from my dad's side, it's like I have to hop on a plane, and then even then, it's at least like 2-3 hour flight minimum just to get there, and it's like. And so what you were saying, Susie, earlier is like life has happened so much that like as of recently, within the past even like I'll say like 8 years, like we haven't seen each other as much. Versus like when I first got to know them, like it was like constant. Like I would go to Washington, then I'd come back, and then I'd go to Texas, and then I'd come back, and then maybe like a year and a half later go back to Washington or whatever. It was like a constant thing. But then now it's like their kids are growing up, they're going on with their lives, I'm going on with my life. Like we don't see each other as often, and then trying to get on a flight, it's like trying to find the time to do that. It's just a lot.
I also feel like my family's the only one that doesn't live near anyone. So like they always see each other, and my grandparents did come last year, and it was kind of awkward because like they got me a gift as if I was still like 10, and what I liked when I was 10, I was like, oh thanks. And so they don't really like know us very well because they only call us like twice a year, so it makes it a bit awkward when we do go, which is like once every 10 years because it's so expensive to go over to Washington,
Yeah.
and they refuse to come out here, so
Mhm.
we don't see them like a lot.
Yeah, it's almost like when you get older, like some things get easier, and then you almost get like distant with like people who are like almost permanent in your life. Like I get closer to my friends as I get older, and I'm able to connect with them more, but I get more distant from like my grandparents and like my cousins. Like most of my cousins, I haven't seen them in like 4 years, and if I do, it's like this awkward like first 3 days, and then there's like one like, okay, I know you, like I know you exist day, and then it's like, okay, bye, like see you in the next like 5 years, and we'll have to like start this all over again.
Yeah.
And especially because there's a total of 4 kids in my family, and I feel like, and our cousins live everywhere, our aunts and uncles live everywhere because a lot of them ended up in the military, like Hawaii, like everywhere. It's like, oh, I want to go to Hawaii, like let's go to Hawaii and visit them. And mom's like, so that's actually not how that works because that takes a lot of planning. Like I feel like it takes like a year to plan like a big trip like that, but they're not going to be there in a year. So it's like this like constant like, I'm getting older, everyone's getting older, which just makes things harder in a way, but also easier. I don't know.
If we're like kind of like wrapping that topic or discussion up, I kind of wanted to touch on like those like video or like kind of like deployment and how like that's like the feeling of like deployment like with us. And I think that it's almost like even if there's like not like a war going on like or anything like that or anything remotely like dangerous happening. Even when you're deployed, I feel like there's always like that like fear like in your heart that something bad could happen because you're not with that person for like if you haven't seen that person in a few weeks. And I think there's always like that like fear, and it's just like it's just kind of like hard sometimes. And I don't remember having many experiences where my dad got deployed, because now he's like off like living in Washington because
No,
he
DC.
moves
DC.
Or Washington, but like
Washington
But
DC
DC.
Two different
because he
places.
like moves around, and we stay here. And it's like Libby said earlier, it's all about like the stability, and my mom wanted, because we already have like a plan here. We have a doctor's office, we have a dentist, like it's just like
Yeah, moving all that, like ugh.
it's just kind of like finding new things is always like too hard, and you just like having the opportunity to stay here is amazing. So yeah, I think that it can just like be hard, because sometimes if you don't see like the person that you love for like a few weeks, like even just a week or even just like a month or something, and it might not even feel like that long to some people because they've had like people leave for like 2 years, and then they come back and you're like, oh my god, like you're back, and like they're so happy. And then there's always that like dread like in your heart that's like, ooh, like what if something happens to them, like what if you get like that knock at the door that's like, I'm sorry, like something's happened.
Because like even if they were like around here, like it just you feel that like closeness, even if like again if they're working like all day or whatever, like things happen, right? But like you're there. Whereas like if somebody's like thousands of miles away and then something happens, it's like not only are you 1,000 miles away and I can't literally do anything, but like I can't just like go to you. Like if they were to get like hospitalized, right, wherever they are, like I can't just like go down the street to the hospital. Like I have to now sit with the fact that you are hurt, and I can't even go see you. So like I can't like follow up. I mean, yeah, you could get like calls and stuff, but like
It's not the
No.
same.
I'm not like right there like getting just
Being
front
able to
page
comfort
news
them,
information. Yeah, like comforting them, like comforting over the phone is not the same
No, it's
as
not at
like
all.
being like putting an arm on the shoulder or whatever. It's like
Yeah, it's like you still have to go to school.
Yeah, you have to go
Yeah,
to school
yeah,
the next
yeah.
day after hearing like some awful
Sorry.
news. Which is also a normal teenager experience and not just military related. There's like that's another thing that's like
separate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys still have to do, usually it's the parents that kind of handle, they take off work and do all that stuff, and it's like, nope, you need to go to school, and it's like,
I can't go to
Someone
school.
got
like,
hurt,
now,
like-
now I'm thinking about this.
it doesn't just disappear.
Or like when something awful happens with the military and you're like, oh gosh, like what's that gonna do to me?
Yeah, I can't
Shutdown.
imagine.
Government.
Oh my gosh, government shutdowns. So bad.
How was that? How was that for you guys? Because
So bad.
I know that
It
it
was
was
nothing
different
was
for
happening. Like I was just
I just kept
Bored,
hearing-
yeah.
I
You
kept
couldn't-
getting asked about it. The youth center was closed. I couldn't come here. I kept getting asked like, oh my god, like is your family okay with the shutdown? Like, yeah, my mom works at the hospital. Like I'm not.
It's not like
Yeah.
I don't know why people thought
it's not
that
end all be all, but
No, I
like,
thought-
it does put a pause.
Someone else
people
we
shut
lost our
down.
house.
It was just it's not like
Definitely.
literally the world shut down.
Yeah, I feel like it was definitely hard. Not in particular for me, but I know like some of my friends' families, and also just some families that like I know because we're such a close knit community. I've heard that some of them like obviously like during a government shutdown, people don't get paid as much.
The Coast Guard does not get paid at all.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't get paid for like a month and a half.
It just like offsets everything. Like some of my friends like were like, some of our Bedford friends were like, can we go to Chipotle? And like just normal things that you would do, and it came down to like this wasn't a situation I was in, but some of my friends had to be like, no, I can't, because my parents aren't getting paid. They don't know when they're gonna get paid,
And we
and
need to save money.
they were like, some people are already in a rough spot as is, or not in a rough spot's a bit of a
It's like paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah,
And then
like-
when you take that paycheck away, it's like, okay.
What am I supposed to do? Like, no, I cannot just go and splurge on even like a bowl of Chipotle or gas money to get to the mall. Like, that just isn't in the cards in the moment. So it definitely, I think for some people, set them off. I think our parents do a good job of like keeping us out of the financial part and kind of obviously setting boundaries for what you can spend and stuff. But I don't think that affected like financially. Like, I was allowed to go and do what I wanted within reason.
Yeah.
Keep my normal schedule.
But I think this time around too, there was, I think Ariana, you had mentioned this in like the group chat during that time. It's like there's a lot of unknowns.
Oh, yeah.
Like normally it'd be like a day or two. It'd be like, all right, like, you know, shut down. Oh my gosh, like day or two, and then everything's back open, and everybody acts like, you know, nothing happened. And it's like now, you know, a week 2 days turned into a week turned into weeks,
like
a week's turned into a month, you know, a month.
School's off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, like,
Dude,
you know.
we didn't get school up. We still didn't go to school. And it's like, hey.
Yeah.
What's up?
But then you're still supposed to kind of just live and do everything else.
Yeah.
It's like, but how do I do that when I don't know literally when my next paycheck is going to come in?
Exactly.
And then and then I'll get to you guys, sorry. And then, you know, especially with you guys in the military and military families, like in a couple weeks, like this could happen all over again.
Yeah.
Like, whereas like civilians, like, oh no, like, you know, it's not like Market Basket or like, you know, law offices are just gonna immediately shut down. Like, you guys, it's like we could literally lose our entire income.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like some people are like, oh, like it's fine because, you know, you're gonna after it's over, you're gonna get all the money that's owed to you back. But it's not about like what happens after. Well, obviously, what happens after the shutdown isn't important, but it's what is happening during the shutdown. Like, I know that I was trying to do a food drive, and then the shutdown happened, and I was gonna like ask for food from people on base because that's like a normal thing to do.
Right.
And my mom was like, you can't do that because some people are in need of food themselves.
right, yeah.
And I was like, oh shoot, like this is like totally different, and it's pretty hard because you don't know when it's gonna end, like you guys were saying, and you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know, and some people don't have like savings like that, and they can't. It's just like not in the cards, and it's also like keeping up like with your social, like as like a teenager, you need to like keep up with your friends and all that stuff. But it's hard to do that when you are like limited like that.
There's also like 6 of our projects not being able to get done because of the
Yeah,
shutdown.
that was like that was tough.
We had like it was that month where we were like set. We had like I want to say every like week we had something going on, and then it was like
boom. And then we didn't.
I had like massive FOMO that whole period because I'm in group chats with like different advisors from like literally all over the world, like military stuff too.
We're like, ooh, we just did
And
this.
they're like, yeah, we just did this like amazing volunteer event, and like some of them are military, but like they're NAF, which is like different than the pay that I get, where my pay is basically the one that gets shut off and like we can't work and stuff, but like theirs is fine, just like it's like the same as school age. So like school age was open during the shutdown. And they're just like, yeah, like we just did this amazing like fundraising event, and like we just like helped out like these senior citizens like doing this and hosted this event at our youth center, and I'm like,
Crickets from you.
yeah, I'm at my house just waking up. It's 10:00 and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do today or like what's gonna happen, and I
Just
can't
kinda,
really
like,
talk to my
Just
Keystone.
kind of binge
because-
watching a few episodes.
Yeah,
of my
I'm
favorite
like-
show. I just
Every now and then we would get like
maybe
a video
texted
with
your
your
chat a
dog.
few times.
Yeah, I'm like,
my
here's
dog
my
to
day
skateboard.
because this is about as far as it's gonna go.
A
Like,
day in the life of Mr. Justin.
I
Oh, wait.
literally couldn't work. I literally like there's paperwork that we have to sign that basically says like you can't work
yeah.
or else like I will legit get in trouble for working. So it was like I couldn't even like I think I did like one meeting for something.
It was on Zoom too.
Well, not even that. Like it was a separate like meeting with advisors over Zoom, but even then like I wasn't. And then I talked to one of my advisor friends from Germany, Mr. Ryan. Shout out to Mr. Ryan, and he was like, yeah, like, and he's been doing this for years. Like he's a legend when it comes to advisors, and he was like, yeah, like, don't do anything because, like, you will get in trouble. And I was like, no, don't worry, like, I really haven't, like, moved. Like, I had my laptop, my work laptop, but I was like, I wasn't logging on. I literally just had the away message, like, I'm furloughed. I don't know when I'll get back to my email.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you on the other side because I have no idea.
Yeah, it was definitely
That
a
was
lot
so
to.
sad.
Yeah, it was a lot to take in.
Yeah, I had to go to my financial aid office by myself and be like, so if this continues, like, can we pause my plan, and to have, like, that conversation, but also, like, my parents couldn't be a part of it because they were both working, because my dad still had to work, and he had longer hours because there were people that were, like, fully furloughed, so he had to kind of, like, pick up their hours, and they kind of were, like, they were trying to be helpful, but they didn't really know what to do in the situation. And then also I remember, not this government shutdown, but the last really long one, they got all the kids that were Coast Guard kids, because you were the only ones that weren't getting paid at the time, and they made us everybody had to go into, like, kind of like basically the gym, and they had us stand in a line, and they gave us, like, bags of, like, food and, like, gas gift cards, and we had to, like, take a picture for them to be like, look at what we're doing for these kids. And, like, some of us didn't even know what was happening because our parents wouldn't tell us what was happening. And then parents got really mad. And then we had a bunch of conversations.
Just like exploiting children,
Yeah.
like, for publicity.
I remember when it was just the Coast Guard because
That's
one of my friends was in there and he got, like, a basket of food and the
Yep.
gift cards. Yeah.
And then all our teachers were like, we're so sorry. And then this one kid was like, what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I felt bad for you guys because, like, there was such, like, a high, like, increase in momentum to what we were doing as a Keystone Club. We're like, yeah, like, we're good, we're going, we're engaged, we're here, we're ready to go. We got all these projects lined up, we got the hours that are coming, we're going to do this, and we're shut down.
Yeah.
And we can't do
there's
anything.
nothing. And we can't do anything.
Yeah, and
And I
it's
just
so
felt-
unexpected as well.
I just felt it, like, just drop. And it's like, you know,
Nothing you
we
can
don't
do.
know when we're going to open up, so, like, we can't really put dates on things. We can't kind of execute stuff. So, like,
You're
what
just
do we
kind of like
do?
texting
And some of
group
the
chat.
things we plan now have to, like, we can't do them in winter. Like the volleyball thing. We have to,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wait.
Everything's got to be modified to a different venue or just time frame.
Or
So-
just can't be modified and
Or
you just
can't
have to
be done.
cancel,
Yeah.
which is like the worst part.
But I think we're back on track. I think we just gotta. I think we do have to get some of that momentum. Are you trying to show me something? It looked like you were trying to show me the time, like, Mr. Day, wrap this up. Let's go. It's on you guys. This is your guys' podcast.
Well,
Any
Moral of
any
the story.
any final thoughts? Final
normal
thoughts.
kids here.
Normal kids, we just move a little bit.
Comment below any questions.
I mean, that's a good thing. Comment below any questions that you might have for
Yeah, we'll make another
military.
episode if y'all want. Because we're just like that.
How do we cut their mics off?
Can we mute them?
Yeah, wait, can we all
Got
go?
that.
I would unplug it immediately.
Yeah.
Pulling that
Did you turn off my
string.
mic?
No.
Yeah, I mean we're wrapping up. So any other final thoughts before we do?
No, but
Anybody want to close it out?
Susie out.
thanks, Mr. J, for putting this together.
Yeah, this is
thank you.
awesome.
Yeah, this is really cool.
I mean, I could do this every single team night.
We should.
You should.
Set
That'd
it
be
up.
fun.
I'll be here.
Probably not.
We should
It's
have
not
like
even
a
fun, but-
subtopic for each time.
But yeah, you can
Yeah.
always switch it up.
Text in the-
Be fun.
It's been great.
Text me in the group chat.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody that is listening to this. We appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop
Share
a
it with your
comment.
friends.
Share it with your friends. We'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah, we're pretty cool.
Share it with your friends. Share it with
Keys-
warm
Keystone
bodies. Share it
out.
with humans.
Wait, can we do it on the count of 3?
One.
Wait, what are we doing?
Keystone out.
3,
1, 2,
Oh.
three.
Other way.
1,
1, 2, 3.
Keystone